Welcome back to another edition of our high school blitz by the Austin American-Statesman. And Thomas, week 2 is in the books. It was a good week 2. Let's look back a little bit. Let's start off from the top. Who would you give your game ball to?
I'm going to go with my man Nomar Rivera in Smithville, Texas.
Absolutely.
He had 328 yards of offense in a win over Cedar Creek, which is a 5A team, by the way, Smithville being 4A. He had a big game against Cedar Creek, and more importantly, Smithville's 2-0, okay? Nomar Rivera's run for 374 yards this season. They're 2-0 for the first time since 2012. Now, this is a team that didn't win a game last year, Rick. Winless, 0-10. But Nomar Rivera has put them on his shoulder pads. He's carried them to a really good start.
So you're going 10-0 this year?
Maybe not quite. Maybe until they play Giddings.
There you go. My game ball is going to Caden Leggett, the outstanding wide receiver at Georgetown. He's better known as Mr. ESPN now on campus after that great one-handed catch. That was the top play on SportsCenter last week. 9 catches, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns. They come back. They beat a very good team and against Hayes. And he's been good for 2 years now. He's one of the best there is.
Yeah, along with Garrett Wilson, I think he, maybe Isaiah Santiago at Bowie. He's one of the best receivers we have in Central
Absolutely.
Texas.
Thomas, what did you learn from week 2?
You know, I learned Del Valley's for real. We know that Del Valley has the 3 big-time Division I recruits.
All on defense.
In Nathaniel Washington, Cameron Wilkins, a linebacker going to Missouri. Washington's going to UTSA. And then the big man in the middle, Scaly Goheen, is going to Boise State. They beat Conley this week 47-14, and this is a pretty good Conley team that beat Del Valley last year. So Del Valley's 2-0. They beat a legit playoff team from last year. They're looking strong. And Alfred Greer has 429 yards rushing in 2 games. So Del Valley's doing it defensively and offensively.
One of the players we didn't know about before the season started. What did I learn? I learned never underestimate the heart of a champion, as Rudy Tomjanovich once said.
That's right.
That champion is Lake Travis. Granted, I picked them to lose last week against Judson, and they did lose. But I should never have picked them to lose 2 games in a row. They have got Cibolo Steele's number. They still need to shore up that defense. They gave up 500 yards, but they showed a championship pedigree by coming from behind. Cameron Dicker now, for the 2nd year in a row, has beaten Cibolo Steele with a late field goal. So looks like Lake Travis is off and running to another, who knows what kind of run they'll have in the playoffs this year.
Well, you know, this may be the year with the way Westlake's playing. I just can't wait for that game in a few weeks. I think they're gearing up toward that Westlake game. I don't think either team will lose until then. So we'll see what happens in October.
Last but not least, we're both going to pick what game surprised us this weekend. And I'll start off first. I was really surprised that Rouse came back and beat Westwood. They were down 2 touchdowns, but Rouse scored the last 28 points of the game. Wound up beating a very good Westwood team. This is the same Rouse team that lost 42-13 to Manor in the opener. So Rouse gets my pick as the surprise game.
And it's the same Westwood team that just looked like gangbusters in week 1. Granted, they beat Lehman team, still trying to find their feet, but still very, very surprising. I'm going with Round Rock. They lost to a good Temple team, 48-14, but Round Rock is now 0-2. I think maybe they're missing Mark Reed, last year's district MVP, more than people thought they would.
Great quarterback.
Mark Reed was a great quarterback. Round Rock has only scored 3 offensive touchdowns this season and 2 losses. So a little surprised, but I think they'll bounce back, but it's a surprising start.
Well, that's our look back from week 2 of the high school football blitz. Stay with us later this week when we will advance and talk about 4 outstanding football games this weekend. Until then, we hope your favorite team wins.